Royal. Aggie faithful on their feet. Oh, and Lucas froze Royal with a fastball down the middle. Bases were loaded and no problem for Lucas.
1-2 now to Knutson, the leadoff man, struck out in the first inning. The lefty route on the exchange to Knutson. That will be a ball outside, even the count at 2-2. Tried to go to the off speed and generate that swing and miss. But Knutson is wiser from his first at bat where we saw him strike out on the off speed. Doesn't bite the off speed. You like that the Missouri Tigers are seeing more pitches, forcing Zach Root to challenge them. And Zach Root with the count even, and that will be a line shot above the third baseman. Iredell, the ball into the corner, into the left field corner. Davalon trying to get the ball in, and he does. And Davalon gets the ball in. The catcher, Yadier Hernandez, comes in to score from second base. Basler advances over to third base, and a stand-up double. The 3-1 pitch is in there to Peer. Caden Peer will pop that up foul, and that will be extending the count to 3-2. Davalon, good. Looks like Davalon kind of moved over to try to get it, but that went into the left field seats, and a good souvenir for a young Arkansas Razorbacks fan. As the count is now 3-2, we've got men on second and third. The Razorbacks lead it 2-1. The 3-2 pitch, the exchange from Root to Peer. Caden Peer sends a chopper to the shortstop, Aloy. Aloy will gun that one over to first base, and Caden Peer will be retired, but that will bring a run to score. Here's Lampkin, fires another fastball at 3-2. Lovich will foul that off back behind the dish as the count now at 3-2 from Lampkin to Lovich here in the top of the third inning. The Missouri Tigers lead it 2-0. As we've seen good pitch, a mix of good pitching and very timely hitting from Missouri after Caden Peer with the RBI. And we saw the home run from the freshman as the 3-2 pitch from Nick to Lovich. Another foul ball. One positive you could take away from all these foul balls, at least, is, like we said, the importance of driving that pitch count up and getting into this bullpen early as the Tigers lead it 2-0 here. The pitch from the lefty, Lampkin to Lovich, double L's. The 3-2. And that is looked like just inside, but Lovich will be told otherwise as Lovich tried to make the strut over to first and get away with a walk, but the umpire says otherwise. That will be a back strikeout looking for Lovich as we've now got one out in the top of the third inning. As now up will be Logan Maxwell, a 1-0 count on Logan Maxwell with one out as Ben Smith tried to get in that off-speed to Maxwell, and Maxwell hits that very far back into the outfield, and that looks like foul off of the left field net. Almost the third home run on the day for the Razorbacks. Just missed going fair, and I mean just. And that is now a 9-3 ball game we've got here on our hands. Almost was 10-3 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Ben Smith gets one out off of a 4-3 ground out for Waiwa Aloy, the junior, hitting .352 on the season as Ben Smith will throw a breaking ball. Looked like it was a ball, and that will be 2-1 on the season. 2-1 for Logan Maxwell, the lefty senior, and the 2-1 to Maxwell. Ben Smith with 16 pitches here in the bottom of the fifth, as that is low and away to extend the count to 3-1 to Maxwell. 9-3 here your score on KCO2 FM. We will have coverage tomorrow for the doubleheader. I believe the first pitch is at 2 o'clock. We will have one game. We'll be both of us on the call, and that is a hard shot again, foul just down the right field line for Logan Maxwell. Logan Maxwell, you're a little bit nervous if he gets. I'm a little bit nervous if he gets a hold of one here, ladies and gentlemen. We might have ourselves a 10-3 ball game here in the bottom of the fifth inning in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yeah, he's had a couple frozen ropes here already in this at bat.
As he pitched from Ben Smith to Logan Maxwell. Another shot. I'm a little bit nervous here if you're Ben Smith. I don't know what you do with Maxwell.
But say if Maxwell keeps one fair.
It's going to go a long while.
Yeah, let's say he's seeing everything that Ben Smith has currently.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen the fastball, the off-speed. He's at 19 pitches. I believe this is like 8 or 9 pitch at-bat here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's Ben Smith to Maxwell, and Ben Smith will walk Maxwell. Maxwell will take first base, and now bring up Kuhio Aloy, the sophomore transfer from BYU, the right-handed hitter, doing the designated hitting duties today. And that is now 5 walks on the day for Missouri pitching. I mean, this is just, you're going to need to do Tigers going to need to do a little bit better on the control here, as now up to bat, like we said, Kuhio Aloy, the cleanup man, number 25, native of Hawaii, as the first pitch is in there for a ball. That will be 21 pitches now on the day for Ben Smith. Kuhio Aloy 0 for 3 with I'm going to introduce a term to people. It is called the golden sombreros. When you go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, Kuhio Aloy is in danger of the famed golden sombrero if he strikes out here at this at bat, as the 1-0 pitch in there outside on a breaking ball, 2-0 from Ben Smith to Kuhio Aloy. Razorbacks have got a man on first, the aforementioned Maxwell on first base after a lengthy at-bat and a walk here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Ben Smith going to throw back to first, keeping Maxwell honest. Maxwell retreats back, and we will do it again. No balk for Ben Smith.
Would you have guessed that both Aloy brothers would be 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 entering the 5th inning?
Yeah, and I mean, that just is kind of a testament to how deep this Razorbacks team is, because the Aloy brothers are, I would say the Aloy brothers and Avalon, the kind of pitchers, they're the players that the Razorbacks look to for production, as the Aloy brothers 2nd and 4th in the order today, and Davalon, the leadoff man. We saw him have a strong performance against Vanderbilt with 2 home runs, as the 3-0 is in there from Ben Smith to Aloy, the other Aloy brother, and he will walk to first base and bring up Iredell. And Iredell had a home run earlier on the day today. Iredell, the 3rd baseman for the Razorbacks. I think this is just a testament to how deep this Arkansas lineup is when you can get your star players to be 0 for 3 or combined 0 for 6 now. I would say your 3 best players, Avalon, the 2 Aloy brothers, are a combined, I'm not good at math here, but 1 for 10 on the day today. And you're still up, I believe, 6 runs on the day, as the Razorbacks lead the game 9-3 with Iredell up, and Iredell has an 0-1 count on him now here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. Ben Smith with pitch number 26 on the way with runners on first and second, and pitch number 26 is in there for a strike, and it is now 9-2. My apologies, and it is now an 0-2 count to Iredell. Iredell with a home run, a single, hit by pitch, and 2 RBIs. He's got 10 homers and 45 RBIs now on this season. The 27th pitch, 0-2 count on the way from Ben Smith to Iredell, and that will bring the count to 1-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning here. And ladies and gentlemen, here, I don't know. I mean, I would say if I am a fan of Missouri baseball, or if you're watching and you're a Missouri baseball fan, you got to be proud of the effort today for those first couple innings. I think when you're a young team like this, and I know this from personal experience because I watched Chicago White Sox baseball my whole life, and I've seen a million young, promising White Sox teams. I think as a fan of those teams, I will say the same. I think I would offer some advice to Missouri baseball fans as a fan of the Chicago White Sox, who are in the position of being that young team that Missouri is, as the pitch from Ben Smith is a ground ball from Iredell that is a ground ball to second base, and looked like Patterson tried to turn the double play, but missed the throw to Patterson. Missed the throw to Knutson by a little bit, and that ball trickled on the outfield. Good backup there from the speedster Seals, and that will now load the bases. Maxwell goes to third, and then second base is full, and first base as well by Iredell Aloy on second base.
Yeah, they're lucky Seals had his head up there and was paying attention, because that was I don't know what the runners were doing there, as the runner on second went back to second, trying to avoid the tag, but Patterson was nowhere near to tag him. I don't understand what the thought was there for Arkansas, but somehow it worked with 2 guys being on second and then Knutson trying to make the play.
And now the bases are loaded for the 6-hitter Kozal, the lefty-righty matchup. Ben Smith is still in the game on the bump. Cam Kozal, the first baseman, hitting 2 for 2 today with 2 singles, a walk, RBI, and a run. 387 hitter on the season, as the pitch from Ben Smith to Kozal is in there for a foul ball.
When you let's go back a second, and you were talking about, if you're a fan of Mizzou, I thought you were going to take that such a different way. As you have a positive outlook on this team. I thought you were going to be like, if you were a fan of Mizzou, you might as well just stop. But no, I like your positive outlook and positive thoughts on this team.
And the 0-2 count is outside for a ball to Kozil. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're a fan of Missouri baseball, the advice I would offer as a fan of the Chicago White Sox, who are a young team, is you got to take the bright spots for a young team that is kind of in a rebuild mode, especially when you're competing against a nationally ranked juggernaut like number 2 Arkansas. As that hit from Kozil is in the left field past the outstretched arm of the freshman Macon. Macon will throw the ball into the relay man, the shortstop Basler, and not before one run comes across to score from third base. That will make the score 10-3. The Missouri Tigers will trail. That will be an RBI single for Kozil. My apologies, 11-3. They just put up the second run on the scoreboard on the broadcast we're watching, as now Aloy and Maxwell come to score from second and third. I think, what you saw there was just Macon took a little bit of a poor angle and had to chase down the ball as it trickled off the left field wall, allowing 2 runners to score. Now there are runners on second and third. Iredell on third, Kozil on second. The Missouri Tigers trail in this game 11-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out, and there will be a meeting at the mound for Ben Smith.
Let's see, not the most ideal inning, not the most ideal outing for Ben Smith either. It's just things just haven't gone today.
Yeah, so this might be one of those instances for Missouri where you're just looking at the doubleheader tomorrow, and you're looking at the fact that you want to save your bullpen guys for tomorrow, and you want to just throw a position player on the bump in order to save some innings and just hope that Nicoledo can get out, as he doesn't, and that is a 4-pitch walk to the catcher Helfrich that will load the bases in the bottom of the 5th inning for Souza, the second baseman, the lefty. We've seen him get a little bit of action today in the field. A lot of plays hit his way. And the number 4 has been written next to several Tiger players in the scorebook, as your score is now 11-3. The Tigers trail still, bases loaded. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning, as 4 pitches now for Nicoledo. Nicoledo at this point is just looking to do anything to get out of this, as that is a quick off speed in there at 71 miles an hour for a first pitch strike to the second baseman, Souza. Souza tonight 1 for 3 on the game with a single, an RBI, and a run, as the second pitch, the 0-1, is in there for a ball upstairs from Nicoledo to Souza. A 1-1 count on the day. You never know what is going to happen here. We hope Nicoledo is able to get out of this, but that is another ball, 2-1 upstairs to Nicoledo. And I think, we are in, I don't know, what do we want to talk about here? Maybe we talk White Sox baseball while the game's 11-3.
Well, hey, we do have a weird stat. Caden Nicoledo, it's not his first appearance on the year. It's actually his third. So that one's in there for a ball, a little outside. The count will be 3-1. He has made 2 appearances, has pitched 1 in the 3rd inning, has not allowed a hit, has not allowed a run, does have a strikeout. Very impressive in the 4 batters he's faced so far coming into this game.
And as you say that will be a walk for Nicoledo to Souza, and that will bring the score up to 12-3.
That run will be charged to Ben Smith, not Caden Nicoledo, so he does have a 0.00 ERA still intact.
And 1 out still on the inning, as Ben Smith was able to get that out. I believe it was, a ground out? And it was a long inning here for the Tigers. Missouri looking to just get out of this. I mean, it seems like forever ago when the score was 2-1 and Missouri led. As the pitch from Nicoledo to Thomas Jr., the right fielder, the center fielder, hitting 9th, as that is in there for a strike. Thomas Jr. has had a successful day at the plate. I believe he's scored a run, had a not as busy day in center field, as the Tigers on the day only have, I believe, 3 hits. Let me check that right now. Yes, I was correct. The Tigers have only 3 hits on the day and only 3 runs. As the pitch from Nicoledo at the feet of Thomas Jr. in there for ball 2. And the count now at 2-1, bottom of the fifth inning here. Still one out. It's been one out for a bit. Your score is 12-3. The Razorbacks lead the Missouri Tigers. Justin Thomas Jr. has 2 RBIs today and a walk and 4 homers on the season. Good opportunity here for a grand slam for Justin Thomas Jr. Now, I'm very curious your stance on an opportunity like this because this may be called the downfall of my Chicago White Sox when it was a 3-1 count and the White Sox were up, I believe, 11-1 on the Minnesota Twins, and I think it was 2023, as Thomas Jr. hits one off the glove of the third baseman Patterson that will trickle into the outfield, and one will come around to score, and another runner will come around to score that will bring in 2 runs, and that will make the score 14-3 on the RBI single from Justin Thomas Jr.